Boom. Always start in the air for some reason.
Yeah, it seems to be a thing in
Um,
coffee.
I'm presuming
I
you'll go
just
through the
noticed
fucking thing.
I'm still feeling I downed my drink pretty fast, so I got like pretty loopy
Ah.
pretty fast, and I'm still a bit.
Oh crap! I
I've
chipped
been
that.
drinking tea now, and I'm still like a bit loopy.
Fair enough.
Oh, I'm
Oh man, where's my
like
power gone
bouncing.
tonight? I actually can't get my power going tonight.
That's just normal.
Literally can't seem to actually get any power behind the ball at the moment.
I was actually today
Oh fuck.
thinking about possibly buying Fallout 76 for my PC because there's one store that sells it for like 16 euros, but still I was like, am I sure I want to play it? Like,
I
I don't know.
mean, I don't know about the game much because I got it for Christmas from my sister because she got herself a copy and her fiance a copy to
Yeah.
play with all of us, and it was like, oh, we can't play it unless we're together.
Ah, yeah.
And I played it twice since Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So I really haven't actually played it, and also because I've got other games myself, I haven't actually bothered to go on it and play it on my own.
Yeah.
Because I've just been buying new games every other fucking week, and then I'm like stuck in a continuous backlog. It's so annoying. That sounds really fucking first world problems, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I have too
I'm
many
not sure if I want to
games.
play a game.
I know. And it's true, like, you have free game. Like, I have Game Pass, so I have loads of games for free, and I have fucking games of gold every month, and it's like I don't get a chance to play every single one of them, or I play like
Yeah.
a bit of it, and then I'm not playing anymore because I've just moved on to a new free game. It's one
Yeah,
of
and
those things.
I still have Fallout 3 to finish. Like I bought it last fall, but I get like distracted with like Sims, so now it's Tropical 5.
Yeah, see,
So
I have a
it's
really
like the last game I want to play, even though it's a good game.
I like number three, but I don't know. Number three was good for like missions and story, but New Vegas was good for everything else. If they were just
Yeah.
combined into one game, take all the awesome bits from each of them, it would make like the best Fallout game ever made. But I don't know. I've completed all of them. I like them, but the thing is currently I've got like a 25 or 30 game backlog to get through between
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 and Xbox One. I've got literally up to 30 fucking games that I need. I've either got really far and not bothered to complete, or I like started but then I got another one. Or in the case of my still book collections, I ended up buying loads of them at the same time. So I got all these new games, and obviously I picked my favourite and played that, and then forgot about the others.
Yeah.
Like Deus Ex Mankind Divided, I've got that, and I've only played the first mission because I forgot about it. Because at the same time, I got Prey 2017, so
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it. And Wolfenstein 2, apparently I haven't completed that because I do not
Yeah.
remember what you were telling me yesterday on my
What
stream,
the
like at all. Did not
Yeah.
remember any of that
God
stuff,
damn.
so I mustn't have actually completed it,
Yeah, most likely.
which doesn't surprise me because at the time I marathoned the Old Blood, then the New Order, and then number two, and obviously at the same time I think it might have been, I think Spyro might have came out when I bought it because I didn't get it when it came out. I got
Yeah.
number two a few months later, so I think it was when Spyro came out. That might have been why I stopped playing it. Maybe.
Or Wolfenstein. Didn't that come like almost a year earlier than
Oh
Spyro?
yeah, but I bought the steel tin. I didn't actually buy the base
Oh
game, and I
yeah.
didn't buy it till a lot later because I'm late to the Wolfenstein. I'm late to it.
But you need to save the two for your streams, because then it would
Oh, I'm
be
definitely
more
am.
interesting to like
That's
when you
why
play.
I skipped the Old Blood because it's not the best of the three. The Old Blood is
Yeah.
pretty shitty to be honest. It's a good in between game, but it's not really great. So instead, I'm playing New Order at the moment,
Oh
and then as
fuck.
soon as I finish New Order on the Fridays, I'll be playing number two, and then
Yeah.
after that, I'll move on to whatever games, you know, whether I go to like the trendy Apex Legends way, or whether I go
Yeah.
to like other games like fucking Deadpool game or Dragon Ball or whatever. I
Oh
don't know
shit.
yet.
Yeah.
It's only Tuesdays that it has to be horror, because then it's still a horror channel.
Yeah.
Technically, it's still a
Oh no,
horror
I
channel.
accidentally pressed F. I was meant to jump and I pressed F.
It's like I was thinking after the Evil Within 1,
Yeah.
obviously I'll either go straight to Evil Within 2 or I might play one of the other games, depends, because Evil Within 2 is really good, but
Yeah, I'd like to see that too.
yeah, but obviously I've got so many games that I can play.
Yeah.
It's like it's picking and choosing to see what ones, because I don't care whether I only get you and Dan ever watching it. Like, I'm doing it because it's fun, and also
Yeah.
I do get other people that I don't know who they are, which is cool. Every week I'm
Yeah, I've
getting quite a
seen
few other
like
people.
some names that have been
Most,
appearing
some
like
of them are bots though.
yeah.
Like obviously, a few, out of the 6 people that view at maximum, there's like 2 or 3 bots. One you, one Dan, and at the very least one other human being watching, which is cool.
Yeah, so any of you are watching this, feel free to join in the chat with
Yeah.
us.
And if you don't want to chat, just watch. The numbers always
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
As well as also maybe follow, because that does help me. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I've got a fucking massive amount of backlog of games that I can play just on Xbox alone. Then there's also
Yeah.
PC games I can get into as well. Like there's a mountain of PC games I could stream, but currently I've got such a big backlog on the Xbox that would literally be like a fucking year's worth of daily streaming and I'd be done.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for like forever on
Oh,
PlayStation
man.
because
There we
I
go.
mostly spend my time on PC and then I have like a couple of days a week when I'm
PlayStation.
actually using my PlayStation. So
No, I get that. I'm the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
Xbox most of the week with the occasional days of PC gaming. But then it's because I've
Yeah.
spent fucking near like $1,000 almost throughout the years of having an Xbox One. I've spent almost like a fucking
Yeah.
grand on the amount of games I've got because at the time it was the only console or platform I had. So every new
Yeah.
game came out, it's on there. That's why I'm not buying a PlayStation 4 anymore. I'm just gonna wait and save some money
Yeah,
and
for
buy
the
the next PlayStation instead.
yeah,
Because otherwise I've already got like all of the games that I ever wanted on Xbox, and the only ones on PlayStation are like God of War and exclusives. There isn't a many of the exclusives that I actually want to play,
yeah,
so it doesn't justify buying one. Then in a couple of months' time or years' time, whatever, buying the next PlayStation. It doesn't justify it for me.
yeah, really.
But I have got so many games on Xbox that I can play, from fucking kid stuff like Spyro to fucking hard, violent, nasty, fucking horror
War.
games. Literally, I've got a good mix, I guess. I really
Yeah.
can't get the power. It's just not enough time. I'd have to stream daily to actually play them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I probably will go straight on to Wolfenstein 2 and obviously Evil Within 2 and that. See how things go.
Yeah.
Obviously, eventually, if I get more viewers and more followers and that, and I finish a game, then I'll just put a vote on for like out of 2 or 3 games, which one.
Yeah, because now it's just mainly me telling you what to play.
Yeah, well, you and Dan now, yeah, and obviously whoever
Yeah.
the other viewers are that come in, because there's a couple, last stream and the stream before that are the same people.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got some other people watching, which is cool. I like new people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they don't talk, it doesn't bother me, or if they don't want to follow at the moment, it's fine. It's a new channel. It's not about views and comments. It's about just actually playing a game I like, and
Yeah.
knowing that other people are actually watching it. Especially like you and Dan, you've never seen the games before so far.
Yeah.
Other than well, you've never seen Wolfenstein 1, have you? You've only well,
No
New
one.
Order.
Yeah, I've only played the 2.
Yeah, so it's also new,
Yeah.
and it'll explain
Yeah,
a lot
it's
as well.
interesting. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in 2 that you're just like you go along with, but if you watch number
Yeah.
1, you're like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, you're playing it that way, okay?
Well,
Because
also-
I'm the sneaky
Well,
one.
Yeah, but also
I-
things like I forget her fucking name. The head of the resistance, the one in the metal suit at the start of number 2, the one that gives you the
yeah.
robot suit. Obviously, you see her
Oh
a
well,
lot in
the
New
one
Order.
who dies.
But obviously, you see her in her wheelchair for the majority
yeah.
of the first game because obviously she's
Yeah, because obviously I
Paralyzed.
didn't like know her like
No,
because I
yeah.
haven't played the first one, so I didn't like.
Oh fuck, this is a hard shot. Yeah, that's the
I was
thing.
just like, okay,
It's
she's someone
cool.
who just died. Okay.
Well, yeah, but obviously if you know it,
Yeah.
you kind of realize why he keeps like seeing her and hearing her, and he keeps having like
Yeah.
bad thoughts. And his entire fucking monologue is addressed to her. She's
Yeah.
really like she's a really good
Yeah.
friend of his. It's quite sad, really,
Yeah.
and the way she's fucking killed. Like they do some brutal deaths in that game, especially
Yeah.
well, in number 2. It's like fuck you to all the people that like the characters from number 1.
Yeah, and since you don't remember what happens,
in
BJ,
oh,
then
exactly. The thing
yeah,
is, well, not, it's not even really number 1. We can't really call it number 1, even though it is technically the first
yeah,
of the rebooted
yeah,
franchise. It's not really the first one, but the thing is, it has some awesome gameplay and some really good storylines. And obviously, the cool idea that when you go to bed between missions, you can relive especially in New Order, you can relive all of the Wolfenstein 3D when you have
yeah.
so-called
I'm the
nightmares.
OG gamer because I've played that like in the 90s.
Same. I also played Doom and Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I played Duke Nukem too.
Oh man, Duke
Not
Nukem
Doom.
3D was the best. It's one of my
I've
favorite
only played
games.
that like the kind of the side scroll
Yes, the DOS
kind
version.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the DOS version on our first ever computer at home, and then we played 3D, and we also had all the PlayStation ones as well, which were, you know, kind of
Oh.
shitty Tomb Raider-esque kind of third-person style.
And there's
Which looked
one
really
that's
cack-handed. Oh,
that
more like
was
Resident
kind
Evil,
of
sorry.
similar to Wolf 3D was Kent's Labyrinth, which is you can still find find a version of it somewhere online. I think it's pretty hard, like kind of but it has the labyrinth in the name, so it tells something about it.
Well,
It
yeah.
has like creepy creatures, and
Don't get this whole. I
I
mean,
don't actually remember what the goal of the game is. I'm like maybe just like advance from like one place to another, but yeah.
no idea. I had so many random games on PC because it was back in the era where like they just randomly mass-produced a lot of shovelware for like,
Yeah.
you know, when PC gaming started taking off in the late 90s where it was really big, early 2000s, and then all this fucking shovelware and like companies in like in England there was Explosion, which was with an X, not an E. And it was literally a fucking company that was like, it was a company where you could buy a box set and you'd get like Sonic CD, Quake 2, some random fucking like Sims type knockoff game, and another game, and it'd be like 2 good
Yeah.
titles and then a load of random shit with it, and it was like some random ass bulk buy CD discs that all had like orange discs with a massive X across it, and that was it. Like that was it. Instead of paying out like fucking loads and loads of money for a game like
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Arena or Morrowind or whatever, instead you would buy one of these box sets that had fucking the most random collections of games together. Like House of the Dead mixed in with Sonic is just fucking weird. Like it's bizarre.
Yeah, I just remember downloading games from diskettes.
Oh man, yeah.
You had like 5 diskettes, and that it has like one game in it.
Installing literally fucking 5 or 6 discs just for one game was
Yeah.
bad, man. Obviously, leave a comment if you're as old as us and you remember this. It's
Yep.
terrible. Or if you know Explosion or one of the other shovelware companies. Jesus, man, there were so many.
Yeah.
Like at that point, you could actually go into most normal shops, like Tesco's kind of supermarkets, and they'd have like fucking bundles of these games that are all put together. Like nowadays, it's commonplace for a supermarket to have video games, but back then, it's like they suddenly started taking off, and everyone was selling them, and you'd have like, oh well, if you went to Tesco's, you got the same bundle, but it had this game with it. Or if you go there, it was the same bundle, but it had a slightly different pictures on it or some shit. It was so fucking weird.
Yeah, and our first computer was
69.
69. Was like a used computer, Windows 3.1 from
Yeah.
my godmother's bank that was like repurposed.
Our first
Like
computer
empty-
was from an
empty.
office.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad's mate just brought an old PC back from his office when they were clearing him
Yeah.
out and gave it to us.
And it was like when Windows 95 was like already a thing, and
Oh
we had
man,
like
yeah.
Windows 3.1, and it was black and white. It wasn't just the screen that was black and white, the whole OS was
Yeah,
black and
yeah.
white. And then we got another one from the bank later that has Windows 3.11.
Because they went through that stage, didn't they, where like one
Yeah,
brand had orange and black, another brand had green and black. It's weird.
yeah,
But the thing is, we started on Windows 95. Like, we didn't get a computer until...
yeah,
I mean, but the thing is, when we started on Windows 95, Windows 98 was already out and a big thing.
yeah.
Because we were way
Yeah, and then
behind.
when we finally bought like a new computer that what had Windows 98
Yeah,
and modem and like
exactly.
all that.
The thing is like,
Crap.
we were late to Windows 95. By the time we got XP, Windows 7 was out. That kind of thing. Every time we got an operating system, another fucking operating system was already out. Like,
Yeah.
we went through that phase. The only system that we actually avoided for quite a long time, except for one of my laptops, was Vista. Which we were lucky because obviously Vista was a shit show.
Yeah.
Vista was just poorly made and just the worst operating system. But I was lucky enough that I went straight from XP to Windows 7, except for one laptop I had where I had to install. But then, like, I'm one of those people that I've installed Windows 7 so many goddamn times with different PC and laptop builds or like breakages or
Yeah.
whatever. And I remember having to put the fucking 260 or 270 updates on every time I installed it. Because by the time I did it, it was like millions of service packs and God knows how much updates. It was literally, as soon as I put Windows in and it was connected to the internet, there was suddenly 260, 70 fucking updates to be done. And it would
Yeah.
literally take all fucking night to do. It would be insane. Like, I'd be sitting there for 3 or 4 hours waiting for the updates to finish, then restart, and then, oh look, another 100 updates. It's crazy. Now Windows 10, you just install it on your computer, give it half hour if you've got a good computer, and it'll all be updated and done. The worst case scenario is you might have to restart it a few times before you get the latest
Yeah.
update. That's it.
My computer freezes when I get the update. Well, not so badly, but it like slows down, and then I'm like, okay, it must be an update. But I avoided Windows 7 myself. I went straight to 8 from XP, I think.
Well, I was lucky because I had 7 for a long time. My friend
Yeah.
was well, my old friend. He's a web developer and he worked on operating systems with like big networked companies. So
Yeah.
like he was the one that made the mainframes of servers and that sort of stuff. But he was mainly a web developer. But he got hold of, through Microsoft and through the company he worked with, he got hold of a copy of what at the time was called Windows Code Blue. And it was
Oh.
a pre-licensed copy of Windows 8. I had
Yeah.
Windows 8 Code Blue, I think it was called, literally because he gave it to me to put on my computer like 6 months before Windows 8 was released to the public because he happened
Wow.
to work for the right people. I
I
was so lucky.
I had an illegal copy of Windows ME because I had nerd friends.
Man, ME, that was a good operating system for. But the thing is though, obviously this was, I must stress, a legal copy. It was just one that was only given to their technicians at the company he worked with.
Yeah.
So technically, I was part of the. I had to be like signed in with the technician's account.
Yeah.
But obviously, as soon as the legit copy came out, he bought it and gave me a real licensing key in that. But at the time, it was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, everyone else is fucking complaining because Windows 7 is so slow and iffy, and my shitty laptop was running quick as hell because Windows 8 was like, Windows 8 was so smooth and ran on everything, and it because of how little there was on it, like Windows 10, you didn't even slow down the crappiest of computers. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But I really lucked out meeting him. I learned how to do basic coding. I learned that you can get really early knockoff copies of Windows, and I also learned, well, at the time I learned how to torrent as well, which, you know,
Yeah.
now
We don't do that.
I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
Yeah. We're
Everyone who's ever had a computer has done some form of torrenting or pirating.
yeah,
It's a
but obviously
commonplace thing.
we're not doing that anymore.
No, you cough. I actually am not. I'm so annoyed because there's so many new films and songs coming out and albums that I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now I've got to do this and I've got to do that. I've got to like,
Yeah.
obviously I've got Spotify, so that's fine. I've got my music, but then it's like
Yeah.
a new film comes out and I'm like, God damn it, now I've got to wait fucking 7 or 8 months for it to come out on DVD because I can't make it to the cinema. God damn it.
Yeah. Or
Doing
from
stuff
TV
legitimately takes a lot longer. It's a pain, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
But I remember when Windows 10 was like coming, like when you had all the announcements that you should update
Yeah,
now.
because you get the free
and stuff
update
like
if
that.
you had Windows.
Yeah.
If you had any Windows, even if it was XP, if you had any
Yeah.
Windows licensing on your computer, you were instantly
Yeah.
free updated. But I know some people that were like, no, I shouldn't update. No, I'm not going to update because Windows 10. And it's like, there's shit all difference in actual usability.
Yeah.
It just made it 10 times easier and it ran ridiculously better. There's no
Yeah.
actual downside to it. But everyone
Yeah,
knows
but
like,
back-
nah, I can't do that. Nah, fuck that. I'm not touching that. It's dodgy.
Yeah, back then I was in hospital waking up from my surgery when I heard the nurses talking like, should I update to Windows 10 already? And I had like heard about that it's not like reliable to update it right away.
Oh,
It was
for the
like
start,
June.
it was a bit iffy.
Yeah.
For a
So
start, it was iffy.
I was still like not really woken up properly, but I still like knew to tell them not to update it.
The thing is, though, like any software or game comes out, there's going to be problems. It's one of those things.
Yeah.